Hey guys,
We're back.
we're back. Like we never left, and it's great to be back. So for socially awkward people and as many who are looking for networks, there are social media platforms. For as many who are looking to get a date or get into a relationship, there are also dating apps. For your health and productivity, there are apps for that. In fact, for multitaskers, there are Teslas. But for Lagos traffic, there's no app for that. When you get into that traffic, you're stuck there for hours. Google Maps kind of, sort of created some form of respite for Lagosians. However, we're looking at how effective that has been and what the possibilities are for technology to help out with the traffic in Lagos and other parts of the world. I'm BellaRose.
Dolapo in your day.
I'm Shalewa Williams.
This is
TechCity Disqus.
This is the sequence down.
So if you live in Lagos, any part of Lagos for that matter, you would have been, you're probably a victim of, yes, I use the word victim, of the Lagos traffic situation. You are being held hostage in almost every nook and cranny of Lagos State. And you're probably lamenting about the situation of traffic in Lagos State. But we really want to dissect what this means for citizens and commuters of Lagos State and how technology really can help curb it. So Bella, have you had any... What is your experience with Lagos traffic during this season?
During this season, I have spent about ×2 the amount of money I would spend on a normal day because there was traffic and because it was raining. And of course, you know that, I don't know if it's climate change or, anything else. It's been pouring in Lagos for weeks, literally every day for the past few weeks. It would rain. And when it rains, naturally, Lagos roads are bad. And so you're stuck in traffic. So that would definitely affect how much money I spend on transportation. I don't have a car yet, or I don't drive. So an Uber and Taxify is gulping a lot of money. And it's also affecting your timing. Literally everywhere you go. If you tell them I'll be there in 1 hour, that 1 hour, don't say 1 hour, say 3 hours. So it's like you showed up early. Because if you tell them 1 hour, you're going to be there much, much later, than that time. And it just it affects everything. It affects your mood. It affects how productive you are when you get to work or whatever, because you have spent almost your most productive hours in traffic. And God help you, you have a smooth ride. Hopefully nobody bumps into you. Hopefully no napep or kada crashes. There's a lot of things to consider, and I don't know about Google Maps these days, because Google Maps can tell you, oh, this place is red, and you would spend 38 minutes here, or go to an alternate route and spend 39 minutes. By the time you take the 38 minutes route, because you want to get there in 38 minutes, you are there for almost 2 hours.
I think my own experience is just terrible. I've been feeling like a mad person for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month, or probably the whole year now, because the whole traffic situation, if you come from Ibafo,
But it's not Lagos.
That's not Lagos.
excuse me.
Outside.
Right through Lagos from that side.
Right.
With the construction that is going on there, and imagine it's raining and all that. So you can imagine how many hours you would spend from Ibafo to Ojota. Is not supposed to take more than 30 minutes on a very good day when there's no traffic, nothing. It's supposed to be very smooth and you get in time. But by the time you're not spending 4 hours, 5 hours in traffic, there was a day I left Ibafo by 5 p.m. in the evening, and I got to Palm Grove by 11 p.m.
6 hours.
I mean, I'm like, this is suffering. This is pure suffering. There's no other word that you can put. Too many people in Lagos. Too
You
many
think that's
cars.
But
It is part of the reason. Too many people. People are buying cars every day. I will soon buy my own car too. So I'm gonna join you people. You get it. But then there's the issue of bad roads. Then when it rains, the potholes, water will cover everywhere. So cars are afraid of moving on that path. And
But another thing
it's
also
too much.
contributing to it, as you mentioned, that buffer is the construction that is
On
going
Lagos
on.
Ibadan
Yes.
Lagos Ibadan Expressway.
I
So there's a
mean-
road diversion. So there's so
Yes.
many
But
But let's
factors
not
coming
forget that there are
into-
other inner roads in Lagos that no construction work is happening, and there's traffic there as well.
Like you'll be like, what is causing this traffic? You don't know.
This brings to discussion the concept of the smart city,
Mm-hmm.
right? We talk about Lagos being a smart city, want to tech, everything and everything. But how smart are we with transportation? So I saw something on social media considering this traffic. It was from Stephanie Busari. She works with CNN Africa. And she was saying that for their office, sometimes, especially during this period, a lot of them have been working remotely. They don't have to come to the office. Because another problem is that so many people are on the road,
Yeah.
just
So
moving
many
out for
people.
no reason. And, really, we I think we have a problem in Nigeria of not really trying to solve problems immediately. We like to think it's something I have to set up a committee for. It depends on the kind of work you do, right? So maybe if you work in a bank and stuff, you really have to be behind your desk. But for some other people, can they work from home? Like, what's the possibility of us reducing the congestion on the road?
See, first of all, we're in Nigeria. We have Nigerian bosses. Not everybody has an open mindset
To remote working.
yeah, exactly. Some people, God, they want to see you in the office. That's the only way they know that you are working. And honestly, it does not make sense. Work that you can do from your house. Why must I come?
Yeah,
office?
but
The
you
office.
know what? You know why I'm saying this? Because if you look at it, if you were working, for instance, and if you're working somewhere where you would get to the office 12 noon, and then you're leaving again 4 p.m., you really haven't done anything.
Yeah,
So, in
like-
as much as the Oga thinks he's doing you, he
yeah.
really is doing himself because you're not being
Mhm,
productive.
Of course.
And
like,
in times when it rains as well, for instance, I just have like a personal policy that when it's raining heavily and you can't see where you're going, you don't know
get
where
on the
the
road.
demarcation between gutter,
And
electricity,
real
and
life.
everything. Because of this rainy season, I think in Ikorodu, if I'm not mistaken, 2 people died. They were swept away by the flood. I think someone was electrocuted. So it can, for safety reasons as well. We really need to cut down or just stepping out. And I don't know what workspaces are doing about it.
I
The
think
government
that
really is
while
doing
while
about
it is while taking a look at it from that angle is okay, as in trying to talk to more companies and organizations to embrace remote working. I also think that you cannot dictate to people when they should step out. You really cannot. So I mean, and Lagos is not the most populated city in the world. It is one of, but it's not the most populated city in the world. So I mean, how again, go back to your question, how are we moving smartly? How is Lagos becoming a smart city? What is the government doing to ensure that, okay, because of the large number of people in Lagos, we make transportation easier? What's happening to our rail system? How are we fixing the roads? How are we helping with other forms or means of transportation? Uber boats launched a few days or a week or so ago, and I think that's fantastic. But do Lagosians trust boat transportation? Because it's easy to say, oh, there's Uber boats, but who will go and enter the boat, for instance, when it is raining? Nigerians that cannot swim when we're not in Bayelsa.
I don't know how to swim.
So that's the thing. I mean, like, safety is really, like you said, I think the government really needs to incorporate these things, because I know that this is not necessarily a good comparison, but in abroad, when there are issues of maybe hailstorms or something, or where it's snowing, like, children do not go to school because nobody wants to hear and it's given like a directive. Maybe the governor comes out and he says, "Oh, children, because of this." So I think sometimes the Lagos State government has to step in to say, "Okay, this is a situation of things." Because if you leave things to employers, private sector, and just human,
Nobody's going to do anything.
Nobody's going to.
But I think that again, the onus is on Lagosians to maybe in one way or the other take up making Lagos a smart city in their hands, right? I know it's funny when you say, "Oh well, so there are other means of transportation," but people don't trust these things, so it's very unlikely that they will use them anyway. So I think we are still the ones who are going to be quote unquote scapegoats. Lagosians are still going to have to try these things out to see how effective they are, and if eventually they turn out to be good, there are more people who are going to try this thing, and then it kind of makes the bus transportation and the others a bit decongested. So I think that again is a good thing. And I think most importantly, the government needs to come out and say something. If anything, I don't think the government is even that tech savvy. So when they start saying smart cities, the only thing you hear them say about smart cities are, getting hawkers off the roads and giving us electricity. Exactly, that's it. And solar powered streetlights. It's like there's a lot more to tech than that,
My own issue is when you check Google for traffic
Yeah.
ish, and then you are seeing, oh, one place is red, and then you get there is green in real life. You get to another place on the map is red, is green, but in real life,
Gosh, I mean, it's confusing. Google.
like exactly. Like I really don't know what's up with that. Maybe I don't know how Google does their thing. Maybe it's like satellite issue or whatever. But maybe I think Google should kind of step up, because since Lagosians are coming to rely more on Google Maps.
I'm seeing people say stuff like, let me check Google Maps or traffic. I'm like, oh, wow, you'd not do that. That's fantastic.
Like that should be is a regular for almost every Lagosian, because you don't want to know your fate before you get it. Anyway, my own is Google should probably step up and try to find out what's happening. There's sometimes that the map is saying the wrong thing and all that. So I don't know.
Let's not start with the one-way situation.
Yeah, so speaking about Google Maps, I just wanted to drop like a tip, because there was an article. There's an article published on the website, TechCity website, about how Google Maps is helping Lagos road users. So another important thing I thought to note was that it says that you should share your expected time of arrival with family or friends. You know, speaking about safety, you know, these are times where, you know, you may have been stuck in traffic for so many hours, your battery is low or something like that, or you really turn off your data. So you want to share information with your family or friends so they're not worried about you. And then also in terms of like, just, should I say, integrity, you know, because of this season, time can, you know, affect businesses.
Yes.
So if you have a meeting with somebody and you say you're supposed to be there for 12 noon, and you're not be there for 12 noon, I mean, you just want to share, you want to be transparent with the person, so the person says that that's not how the type of person you are. So so I think that's important as well.
We'd like to know what your worst traffic experiences are in the comment section. Leave a comment below, and if you have any ideas on how we can really be smart about our transportation in Lagos, or any other city for that matter, maybe depending on where you're watching this from, maybe you're in the US or in China, or I don't know, Amsterdam. I'm not sure why I said that. Let's know what the solutions are there, and you never know. Sanwo-Olu might just be somewhere in the comment section, pointing. Inside joke. So please leave a comment below. Don't forget to please subscribe, and yeah, that I think is about it, innit? I'm BellaRose.
I'm Dolapo Inyuade.
And I'm Shalewa Williams.
See you next time.
Bye.